So how did you start your career at Pinewood then? Yeah.
Well, I lived in near Slough, a place called Colnbrook, and age of I think it was 16, didn't really know what I was going to do, what I wanted to do, and my father suggested, he said, "Why don't you go to try and get a job at Pinewood Studios?" I said, "Oh yeah." And I got on my bike and I rode over to Pinewood Studios. It was quite a long way, and was met at the gate by, and I can remember his name. He was they always had uniformed guards there, and this man was called Morris. He said, "Yes, what do you want?" I said, "Well, I'd like to go and see if I can get a job." He said, "Well," picked up the phone and he said, "Go in and see a man called Zeffie Harris, who then was who was in charge of employment." So I went in to see him and I said, "I'd like a job." He said, "Well, what would you like?" I said, "Well, I've heard there's runners." He said, "Oh, no. He said, "If you start here, you start as a mailboy." So I said, "Oh, well, can I start as a mailboy?" And he said, "Look at this." And he showed me a list of about 20 people. And he said, "These are all sons of people in the industry." He said, "But if you like, I'll put you on the list down at the bottom." I said, "Great." Left, got on my bike, rode home, phone went. Zeffie Harris. He said, "You just came in to see me." I said, "Yeah." He said, "One of our mailboys has left. We can't get another one in time. Do you want to come in tomorrow?"
Done.
Luck.
Yeah, amazing.
Absolute sheer luck.
Oh, that's what a brilliant way to start your career though.
Yeah.
I'm from Hillingdon, just down the road from Slough, right?
Go to Pinewood.
Yeah. If I'd have gone to Pinewood when I was a kid, they'd have booted me out. So yeah.
Well, you never know. It's just fate, isn't it? Yeah.
That's amazing. So you were pretty determined to direct then. Had you had much directing experience?
I did. My break had come on the Pink Panthers. I was an AD on those.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And then Blake Edwards allowed me to direct second units.
Right.
And that's where I got my break. And then later on, I was offered a very small budget movie called Why Not Stay for Breakfast, which was we shot it in a couple of weeks. From that, I went to another small budget movie called There Goes the Bride. And then I was lucky I got Hawk off the ground, and that's where it started, yeah.
So who were your kind of directorial icons? Who were the guys you wanted to...
Well, as a first assistant, I'd been lucky enough, I worked with Sam Peckinpah, who did Straw Dogs.
Yeah.
Learned a lot from him. I worked with a man called Richard Fleischer, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Boston Strangler. I was his AD. I worked with Blake Edwards on the Pink Panthers. I was his AD. I did Ridley Scott's first picture. Julius, I was his AD. And so you learn a lot because as an AD, you're on the set all the time and you're watching directors work. And as you do the job for a longer period, you begin to watch more. And I suppose for a working format, I would have thought that the one I was most influenced by was Blake Edwards.
Right,
he was a great guy and I loved him. He was really brilliant. And, he had a great way of working on the set. He was brilliant with actors. That's where I learned my trade that way.
Yeah. That's amazing. There's some amazing people you've worked with there.
I'm very lucky, yeah.
So once you managed to get yourself a bit of money, incidentally, so when you turned down Lou Grade, how did that work out? Did you ever see him again? Did he?
Nope.
No, that was it.
Never saw him again. No. I don't think there was a problem. He just, I think he really understood where we were coming from.
Respected the artistic decision.
There was no problems. The money was there. We made the movie. And he was. Unfortunately, what happened with the movie was it was released in the UK, did extremely well. And then it was going to be released in America. So Harry and I went to America, and there we were talking to the ITC representatives in America when ITC collapsed.
Yeah.
And it was all sold off, so we never got the release in America, and the rest is history.
Yeah.